Nuno, your best unbeaten run as a club in the top flight since the early 1970s. What does that say about the way your squad have coped with everything that's been thrown at them this season?
I think it says a lot about the effort of the players, the way they demand themselves, the way they work, the way they respect themselves and rest. It says a lot about the character of the squad. Not only this season, I think from the beginning, more than 2 years ago, a strong group of players that are really committed to the idea. So good.
We spoke to Adama Traore yesterday, and he used the words like character and spirit within the squad. When you sign players or bring them in, do you look at that as well as their ability in terms of the mentality they have?
We try. Of course, we try. When you have, like I say, a fantastic group of players that really admire themselves, respect themselves, and work like a unit, you want to bring someone to increase and to help, and we try. Of course, we try.
And did that help that you'd worked with a fair few of them before, that you knew what you were getting when they came to Wolves?
Yeah, well, we brought in the championship some players in that season that we already met, but that doesn't mean anything. I think the players, the big credit goes for the players that were already here in Wolves. That the way they receive us, the way they embrace of the idea of working together and improving and growing. So it's good, but the real credit goes for the players that are already here.
At the moment, we're hearing a lot of Premier League managers talking about the number of games they've got coming up. That's something you're very used to, probably even since way back in July. Does that give you a bit of an advantage that you have played 2 games a week so often, whereas some Premier League teams, this is maybe going to be the second, third time they've done it all year?
No, the way the manager says, because it's crazy. Doesn't make sense. This schedule doesn't make sense at all. In our particular case, I already mentioned we are the team that has more competition already, and we're going to play with 45 hours between games. It's absurd.
How do you ever see a resolution to that then? Do you think that there will be a time when thoughts are taken about maybe spreading out fixtures, maybe having some more midweek games later in the season?
I hope so. I really hope so. That's one of the issues that every time we have a meeting with the FA, we try to make them understand what it means for the players. It's not human. It's crazy what we are demanding from them, the amount of games that we have. And if we increase that with the national team games, with international players, it becomes really, really tough. That's what we expect in the future, the FA to attend and to try and find a solution.
Have you felt that there has been a level of understanding from the FA about that?
I don't see it. For example, we have, like I say, we are the team that has already a lot of competition, and the gap between the 2 team games is not being respectful on my position. That I would like them to give explanation to us, to tell you how we have 45 hours between games. If someone can come and say me, look, this is the reason, then I'll try to understand, but in this moment it doesn't make sense.
We talked about the success that the team had, and obviously that reflects on the manager, and with that comes, I guess, attention on yourself. There have been links with Arsenal over the last couple of weeks. Obviously they made a change of manager Friday. Just for clarity, has there been any contact from Arsenal with you or with the club?
You know me already. I don't speak about this kind of things. No comments at all.
Would it be something that would interest you?
I told you, I'm focused, and the game of tomorrow is the most important moment for us. For us, is the most important. That's why we had the training session. We prepare ourselves. Still things to prepare, a good meeting, and then compete, because West Ham is our present and it's more important.
And in terms of being focused, you've done such a great job here, obviously loved by the supporters. Do you see this as very much a long-term project?
Look, we are day by day. We live day by day. Me specifically, I live hour by hour. I know what I have to do next. I still have a lot of work to do.
If your current contract comes to the end of next season, would you be interested in extending that?
I still have contracts.
Would you like to have a longer one?
Look, I live on daily basis, sir. I live on daily basis. For me, it's more important that I focus on what I have to do today, how we prepare ourselves for the game tomorrow, because it's going to be very tough. West Ham is a very good team, fantastic managers, good players, had a good result, and it's going to be very hard. But like I said, we play at Molineux, we are at home. I expect a full house, Molineux buzzing, and give us all the support that they can give us.
You beat them twice last season. What was the key in those two victories?
I think in the first one was in the beginning of the season. We score in the last minute. I think we stay organized for most part of the game, and at home also. It's all about the organization, the way you play and try to make your things, but stick to your tasks, respect the game, what you have to do, and then play, enjoy yourselves, and try to improve.
You touched on the result that they had at the weekend. Does that change things? Because before that, they were probably a team playing with not a great deal of confidence, and now that result, I imagine, gives them a massive boost.
The quality on the squad of West Ham is there for everybody to see. Very good players, very good players. We have to know that and prepare ourselves well.
Just finally, you sort of spoke about the number of games you have coming up, and obviously you like to deal with a fairly small squad. But do you see yourself adding to that at all in January?
Yeah, for sure.
We've seen more youngsters on the bench recently. Can you tell us a bit about Otasowie and Condell, who we saw on the bench for the Premier League? I know Otasowie was on the bench for both games last week.
Yeah, it's. I think the backup of the under-23s is always important for us, very important for us, and the chances for the boys come when something happens on the first team squads. So if we have absence in specific positions, we'll try to fill them with the players on the under-23s. Is the case of Owen. He plays centre half. He can do midfield. We try to improve him, try to make him a valid option for us.
So that's another player who you're developing in more than one position, like we've seen with several of the first team.
It's the philosophy. You have to create versatile players and the game goes. It's so dynamic. If you stick only to one position, you'll struggle. So find yourselves in different positions, find yourself in different situations, find yourself trying to find new solutions for your game will improve you. And have the capacity to play in different positions. It's good. It's good for us.
I just want to ask one more question regarding the game, the number of game situation. Should a club like yours and the other European clubs, do you think there is scope to give you a bit more help because of the number of games you've got compared to two-thirds of the Premier League?
Like, this is not a new issue. It's something that is happening. It's happened last season with all the teams in England that are participating in European competition. It's very difficult. And if you compare yourself to other countries that always trying to support the teams that go to European competition, giving more time, trying to help the teams to proceed and go as far as possible in the competition. If we can have this help, would be very, very good for us, because it's very demanding on the players to play Thursday, travel, play Sunday. Now you play Sunday, maybe you can play Thursday, but you play Wednesday. So then you're gonna say after, maybe if you have 3 days in the beginning of the week, you only gonna have 2 days after. But there's Monday football. Look, I'm not the one that makes decisions on the schedule. But I'm not the only one that would like to have a little bit more of time to, especially to recover the players, because it's very demanding on the players, very, very demanding on the players. But it's a challenge that we embrace. We want to compete. We'll be ready for tomorrow, and we'll be ready for Sunday again.
Yes, I know, and I know you're always ready. I wonder whose responsibility is that, the National Federation? I mean, that's what happens in Portugal, isn't it?
Not only in Portugal, it happens in Germany, it happens in Spain, it happens in Holland. For example, last season happened with the semi-finals of the Champions League. The difference of hours between that. It's not a new issue. I'm not saying nothing new. I'm saying something that already everybody knows, but still then can find a solution. I hope it comes sooner than later.